If life is a game, then why play it fair? Why would you want to be fair? What reason is there to be fair in this world? It's in a world where you can see a lot of people aren't even fair themselves. When you see a lot of people who are shady, dodgy people, bad people basically, and these people are succeeding in life. They're getting further than you in life, and they are not good people. Now, I'm not saying just to be bad. I'm not saying, oh, because so many bad people succeed, it's a gateway for you to be just like them. I'm not saying that. But when scientists and physicists say that, oh, we possibly live in a simulation, most of this crap isn't real, it would make you ask the question, why would you try to play it properly? Why be fair? Who am I being fair to? Again, it's not an excuse to be bad. It's more a fact of, okay, do I have to follow every rule to the book? Do I have to be 100% honest? Can I not tell lies? Can I not lie at all? You know what I find interesting? Religions are amazing, aren't they? And in a lot of ways, religions are like a guideline on how to live life. I'm not saying that they are, but they're sort of like an instruction manual on life. You know, like old games, classic games, used to get the little instruction booklet. Yeah. I'm not saying that's what the religious books are like. I'm not saying that. I'm making a point. You know? Rules and guidelines and whatever. So a lot of people, well, a decent amount of people who are religious feel as if they have to follow the rules as well as, the law of their country, state, whatever. It's the laws of life, by their religion. Don't do this and don't do that. However, a lot of religious people do hide behind that, don't they? They do hide behind the facade that, oh, I am this religious person, therefore I can't do bad. And even if I do bad, I can repent for my sins. Now, that's just from a religion perspective. Yes, a lot of people are faithful to their religion, but a lot of people do use it as a mask as well. But the point I'm making is following the rules. There are a lot of people who aren't religious, but they still follow the rules, obviously, of the law. Obviously, unless they're a criminal, unless you're a criminal. However, again, in this world, this supposed real world of life, living, reality, real or simulation, you still see that some of the most dodgy people in the world are some of the most powerful. Crooked politicians, yeah? A lot of law enforcements have been crooked, haven't they? You know, the people you expect and are told are in charge and should be in charge. They're qualified to be here, But then when you see it, you question, you ask yourself, wait a second, this person is not even, they're not logical enough to even be where they are. Are they even sane enough? You know? How did they get there? How could this other human being amass so much and get to where they are in life? Were they fully honest? Business. You have to be ruthless in business. Yeah? Wherever those talking points come from, for as well as it being a thing, I mean, it's also another rule, isn't it? Don't be too naive in business. Another businessman will take your business from you. He'll rob you in some way, undercut you, undersell you. Again, fairness and rules. Who is playing fair? A lot of politicians, a lot of our governments, a lot of business people do not play fair, do they? Yet they seem to be winning this game of life. It seem to be. And that's another perspective as well. How we see others. When we see others and what others have, and it creates jealousy and envy. But like a game, you amass a lot of resources in life. But behind closed doors, it does not mean that that person is happy, does it? No, it doesn't. Look at the countless rich people who have taken their own lives, willingly or not. Like a lot of celebrities and musicians who ended their own life on drugs, willingly or not. Look at the submarine billionaires. I mean, they weren't trying to die, but I mean, hey, that happened, didn't it? Yeah, a few less billionaires to contend with. And even that point, the either fondness or disdain a lot of people have for billionaires. Oh, they should not be. Oh, how is a person allowed to amass so much money in this world? And some people have absolutely nothing. But then you have a lot of people who love billionaires and see them as inspiration. Oh, I want to be like that one day. I want to play this game of life and have that luxury. I want that. Why don't I deserve to have that? I'm going to work hard. I'm going to grind to get there. I want yachts, fancy houses. I want to drive Lamborghinis. In some way, everyone wants to win in this game of life. Everyone's winning isn't the same though, is it? Everyone's view of success and accomplishment isn't the same. You could say in some weird way we all follow this capitalistic view of success. A big house, nice car. If you're a man, nice woman, and whatever, whatever, so on and so forth. You know? But that's one thing as well. It's the constant striving for something. Because I mean, like a video game, you're constantly moving towards the end, aren't you? Or moving towards completing this level, getting to the boss, hopefully beating the boss, unless it's like Elden Ring and you can fight him another 29 times. But yeah, it's like, look, because we're constantly moving through time, life is a constant progression. So again, it's like, what are you doing with your time? A lot of people have seen they can work as hard as that person over there and get nowhere. Why is my game not playing properly? Like, what's going on? Is my controller broken? Is my Wi-Fi not connected? Is the Ethernet cable broken? Whatever, whatever. It's when people look at their lives, knowing and feeling how hard they work, and they see another person over there who they may see working as well, but it's like their life is just so much better. How? Don't I work hard enough? Don't I work my 40 hours a week for this amount every single hour? How is that person doing better than me? Because I mean, money is a key thing in this thing called life, isn't it? This game of life, money. Money can set you apart from other people. It does, whether you have a little or not. So you may work as hard as someone else, but because of that person's job, their job title, they could be making 10 times more than you. And in a lot of cases, some people are working far less than you and making far more money. And it's like, how and why? That is unfair, isn't it? But the question is, what did they do to get there? Did they do anything to get there? You know, the odd thing is, if they say life is a game, then it's unfair from birth for a lot of people, for most people, because most people are not born rich. Most people are not born with a spoon in their mouth. So a lot of people are born from zero, to be honest, and they have to gain their value in life by themselves. A lot of people have help, obviously. But in a sense, it is a cheat code to be born rich, isn't it? Be born wealthy, be born into money, because your game's already ahead of a lot of other players already, aren't you? You already have the money, you already have the resources, access already. So whereas, yeah, you may still need to grind, compared to that person over there that was born with nothing, their game is going to be far harder. And that in itself causes jealousy. It's a sort of nepotism, isn't it? Some people are born with, therefore their game is already sort of successful already, whereas you have to create your success. You have to find your way. Don't pass go. No save points. If you're lucky, if you're lucky, you come across a checkpoint and a save point. By the way, there's no stopping, is there? Can you push the pause button on your life? Because I mean, if it is real life, it's not going to be like a single player game, is it? No, it's going to be like an online game, like a Call of Duty. You can't pause Call of Duty, you're going to get shot. Like real life, you can't pause life, can you? You can stop, you can slow down, you can run from it, but it's going to keep going, isn't it? Like an online game. Your character, your avatar's just standing there and it's getting shot up. It's getting randomly shanked by another character who lives halfway across the world. Yeah. And even if you secure the money, yeah, the success, yeah, everything's good, isn't it? Your game is good, isn't it? No, your game's not good. Because even in this game, this supposed game of life, this simulation, if you will, what about love? Yeah, what about relationship? Yeah. Think about this. You play many video games and you see your character interact. And yes, there are many RPGs where your character can get married and have kids, you know, like Fable or like Mass Effect. Your character can have relationships. But I mean, look, if your character is chasing so much success, how much time does it have? How much time do you have for love, for relationship, for real connection? In an interesting way, how do you know you're not getting played? You've spent so much time focused on building, you know, collecting your treasures, your gold, your education, or whatever, whatever. And it's like, you think you found someone, but in reality, you found someone who's just playing you, using you for who you've become in your game. They may not have been successful as you in their game, but they see you and they leech off you. It's very common, isn't it? A lot of people think they found love, but they found a leech, you know, a virus. You think they're giving you love, but they're giving you an infection. It's like, you don't want that, do you? No, but it's a part of life. Whether people are chasing it, hope to get chased by it, or they're running from it, relationships are a key part of human life. 'Cause, I mean, we are living, aren't we? We're not dead. It's not game over yet, are we? But that goes back to an earlier point. Collecting the treasures and trinkets of this game of life is nice, but how do you feel? What's the vitality of your character like? What's the status of your character? We're not talking food here. We're talking, how does your character feel within themselves? Because you could have taken your character on a grand mass journey in this open world of life. Yeah, this big 3D open world of life. Nice. Collected so many treasures, battled so many bosses and demons in many dungeons. And it's like, how does your character feel? Is your character even happy? Yeah? Oh, say you want your character to find love now. You want your character to find romance. But after battling so many bosses in so many dungeons across so many open worlds, your character is, somewhat jaded, probably a bit shady, probably a bit vicious. For all the trinkets and treasures your character has acquired, all that massive, glistening bright armor, is your character lovable? Ooh. I mean, that's a reality a lot of people have had to face, haven't they? Is your character lovable? And even deeper, do you love your character? Do you love your character? Now, yeah, we're talking about the collection of trinkets, the treasures in your life. But if your character's not happy, what is the point? Isn't it? What's the point? Again, to play it fair. Are you winning in playing fair? Play it by the book. Do it by the rule book. Be it religion or the law. But you're not guaranteed anything good, are you? No. Then again, it goes back to the bad people, all the cheaters and players out there, the toxic people. How is it so many toxic people are in relationships? But you who've been playing the game of life well, it's just you, single player. Yeah, no multiplayer. Yeah, it's just you. But you're surrounded with so many bad players who seem to be winning when it comes to the relationship aspect of the game. Well, the question is, are they winning? Are they winning? Because if we're being honest, a lot of people are not playing fair to win their game. A lot of people are cheating to win their game. A lot of people are cheating on each other to win their game because they're still players. They only care about their single self. Yeah, they could have a girlfriend, and a wife. Could be a woman with a boyfriend, a few boyfriends and a husband. They only care about themselves in this game of life, what they're getting, their needs being met. Doesn't matter about hurting anyone else. They only care about them. Now, I'm not saying any of this is good. I'm not even agreeing with that. But it's a perspective that there are so many people who are content in that, who are so up themselves, their ego so big, they don't give an F about who they're hurting. It doesn't matter who I'm hurting them. It doesn't matter. My needs are being met. What I want, I'm getting. The interesting thing is time. Time. Some say we have multiple goals. We reincarnate. Some say no, we've got one go. One go. There is no one up. You don't have any continues. No. You have one life. And what you do with that one life is important because, yeah, look, a lot of people do cheat. A lot of people do rob and steal. However, over time, their thievery does catch up. Not to everyone. No, not to everyone. Not to everyone. But the interesting thing is, if life was like an RPG, there are certain things you did many years ago in the RPG that will affect your character later on. Yes, you played and robbed some people. You cheated on some people. But because of the bridges you burnt, now you have no people. Now it's just you. You have no one to lean on. The younger days are gone. You don't have the youth anymore. Your character's not young anymore. Your character's now old and aging and withered. You can't run around like you used to. No, 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 no. And you've burnt out and exhausted and hurt all the people that actually cared about you. So here's the point. In playing unfair, a lot of people burn out their best options earlier on in their life till they have no options left later on in life. It's just them. No one will hire them. If they have kids, their kids won't talk to them, or their ex-partners have abandoned them, disregarded them, left them alone to die and wither, left them alone to find their game over. So is it that there should be a balance? You can't afford to play your game on easy mode because you'll never get anything. You're not experiencing the game properly. It will be difficult, but I mean, like every good game and every good story, you have to have some challenges, don't you? You have to fail and win, or at least fail and get back up. Because in reality, there is no end to your game, because if your game does end, it's death, isn't it? That's when games end in real life. It's game over. It's death. You've stopped playing it. You're no longer interacting with your character. Yeah? So the point is, in living in the right now, you have to play the game, even if you don't want to. Doesn't mean you have to play it bad and be unfair, but you have to play in some way or some form. Some do not want to work. Some refuse to love. Some can't be loved. Some refuse to interact. Some refuse to do anything. They don't want to do anything. They just want to sit there and just wither. Wither. Nobody wants to play a game where the character does nothing but sit there. No one wants to read a book, watch a movie, TV show where the character is just sitting there and that's it. So I'm not saying, oh, you have to play your game hard and burn yourself out. It's not what I'm saying. But if you really do only have one spin, if you really do only have one spin, yeah, why not at least play it as best you can? Have fun if you can. And yeah, you can't afford to always play it fair. Sometimes you have to bend the rules, break a few eggs, pee in a few people's cornflakes, and that's not literally, don't do any of that literally. We get the point. We're just saying it's not to cheat on anyone or cheat people, but at the end of the day, you want the best for your character, don't you? Everyone does. Most people do. But understanding what you deserve is a key thing. It's a key point. Some call it self-belief. Some call it manifestation. If you believe it, you can make it happen. And whether you believe that's true or not, like when you pick up a controller and decide you're going to collect that thing over there, you're going to journey across this open world to get that treasure. Yeah, like in real life, you have to get up and make your flipping character move to get that gold. Bust open a few chests, yes, of course. Of course. Your character's gonna get roughed up a bit. Yeah, why not? Why not? Makes it fun. If you don't die, if your character doesn't get killed, carry on. You've got more days ahead of you. But what you choose to do with them can determine whether your character is gonna actually have a good life or not. But the overall point is you do not have to play fair in this damn world 100% to be successful, to be happy. Some would say to even find love in that aspect if you want it. It's not to lie and cheat and pretend. It's more a sense of what you believe and feel your character deserves. Do you deserve good armor and shiny gold and gems before it's game over? Have a nice day.